peeps, this is a amateur radio mode that you can use as a technician class, which is pretty easy to get. This is DMR, Digital Mobile Radio. This is a combination between VHF band and UHF band. You can use that. So our repeaters in this particular area are on VHF. And in other areas, they're going to be on UHF, or there might be some on VHF and UHF. It just depends on where you are. But as a tech, you have those privileges. Now, the DMR, it's digital. So the linking for this system is done via internet. So don't think that this is a good backup communication system when everything else crashes and burns. Yes, this is ham radio. And yes, ham radio will work when other things break and don't work. But keep in mind, the DMR system is linked via internet. So if that internet link does not work, the DMR system will not work. You will still have standalone DMR repeaters that will work. But as far as trying to do worldwide communications with it, may not work. As far as trying to do something nationwide, may not work. Regional may not work. It all depends on where the internet is broke. So don't rely on it to be your fail-safe. Other than that, when the system's up and running, works great. Let's do some. Well, hey Chris, seems like you got it figured out. It's working. I'm out in the woods here in Maine, trying to see if I can dig up a turkey.
I don't know how your turkey population is over there. We got quite a few of them around here. They don't walk through my yard every day, but they walk through some people's yards right in the neighborhood here pretty much every day. Good crop of new turkeys this year too. We've seen a lot of little ones.
Oh, same thing here. Tons and tons and tons of babies, so that's good. And yeah, they always like to hang out, you know, in the roads or in people's front yards where you can't get them. So the trick is you just need to be out and find them in a field or somewhere that you can make the connection.
Okay, we're in the town of Barnard here, which is a small town right next to Woodstock, Vermont, which is better known on US Route 4 over there. We're just a little bit next door to that one. And over near Bethel on I-89, kind of central Vermont.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful country up there. Summer is definitely going quick, and the weather guessers are saying we're gonna do a winter 13-14 repeat. So lots of snow and below average temps. So it could be a good time.
We're gonna have to start getting some moisture falling out of the sky come wintertime, or else we're not gonna have any snow. Boy, is it dry over here. Everybody's pond is down to about a quarter full.
Oh, same thing here. Real dry, real dry. So hopefully we get some rain, let things soak in before the ground freezes up.
Yeah, we're seeing some trees that aren't turning yellow or red. They're just turning brown and dropping their leaves. And we're thinking maybe that might have something to do with the dryness. This fellow that I was talking to in the truck, he's actually very, very brand new and green to DMR. And he was asking me some questions. Then we wound up emailing me. He had questions about how DMR worked. He really didn't have a clue. So he sent me a copy of his code plug for his radio. I read through that. We emailed back and forth. And I kind of explained it to him in layman's terms. Hey, here's how things are working. And he started getting a grasp of it. Somebody else had programmed his radio for him and he just didn't understand it. So once I started explaining things to him, he started getting more of a grip on it. So hey, that's what we do, and you know, help each other out. She's just coming out, so I gotta kind of head off, but just wanted to answer you and tell you you're making it through the.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna start dropping off into a hole here, so I'm gonna be getting sketchy into the machine. Have a good one.
I was talking to my wife on the phone, trying to make sure I got the right size of turkey gravy. And I turned around, and who's standing there picking out stuff in the same aisle but Channel 13's chief meteorologist, Charlie Opresti. You know, light into him saying, why can't you ever get anything right? I don't know. I never watch, I always watch the Channel 8 news, but I don't know. I think they all are pretty much guessers when it comes to the weather. But, yeah, well, so celebrity encounter at Walmart.
Oh, balance issue, like a vertigo, that's what it's called. I remember what he said it was. So he's not allowed to drive up there anymore, so he has to rely on somebody to drive him up.
One of the someone over here that works on repeaters and actually has equipment that's antennas in stock, and he'd be willing to work with the entire group. So if I could get a hold of him, I could give him the information.
Together to get the repeaters operational in Mount Washington again, because the VHF repeater's been offline for almost a year, actually over a year now. And we're trying to make sure those repeaters stay on the mountain because they're so important to the area.
Yeah, I follow you. Yeah, I climb here in Maine, not doing anything commercial anymore, but I got the insurance, so I'll jump on towers for ham guys from time to time. Yeah, I know Mount Wash VHF was pretty funky last fall. It was kind of up and down. And we were using UHF a lot when I was over there in October. So there's ways some strings could be pulled or whatever. I could see if I could hook you guys up and help you out.
Okay, yeah, Greg and Kevin are still the repeater trustees and stuff, so they're trying to work on getting everything back online on the VHF repeater. So I think it's Mark, W1QB, and Greg are working on the VHF repeater. I'm not sure when, don't know. At some point they said they were going to get it back online.
I'll shoot Greg a text message here, as long as he hasn't changed his phone number, which I don't think he has, and see what I can come up with.
Yeah, I'm in Vermont actually. We're 54 miles from the summit of Mount Washington, and I'm using my local repeater here. It's about 2 miles away on an HD here in my house.
I work for some other ones around the area here, though.
Just had to understand, you know, Mr. B, but he wasn't that bad to work for. Most of the, you know, he worked like most of the private companies, but it wasn't that bad.
Talk group number 9 is local. That'll cause your repeater that you're using to act as a standalone repeater. So you, 2, 3, 4, 5 other stations want to use that repeater and not have it go out onto the network to any other talk groups. You'll be on talk group number 9. It'll be called local. From there, for example, if you were on talk group 759, Skywarn, that's going to open up the Skywarn talk group. Anybody listening on the Skywarn talk group anywhere, talk group 759 will hear you. If you open up talk group number 3, that's North America, which is North America. Anybody listening on that is going to hear you. That is a PTT activated talk group. So if you're in Texas and you're talking to somebody in California and I'm sitting here in Maine, my radio might be sitting on North America, but I'm not going to hear you unless I actually open up my repeater by keying it up on North America. It just keeps from burning up repeaters, so repeaters aren't transmitting 24/7. You'll learn that type of thing. If you key up on, say, talk group 310, that's TAC 310, and so on and so forth. Every talk group has a number that opens it. It's just like an address, zip code for that talk group, if you think about it that way. So that's pretty cool. And the way it's broke down is you have like a statewide. We have Maine statewide. And our surrounding states, Vermont, Mass, New Hampshire, have Maine statewide in their repeaters. We have New Hampshire, Vermont, Mass, Connecticut, Rhode Island in our repeaters. We have New Brunswick in our repeaters. So, you know, everybody around us we have in our system, and so on and so forth. So you kind of have crisscross both ways. Makes sense, right? From there you have regionals. So, for example, Northeast Talk, Northeast region of the country. And then you have New England, kind of the same thing. So you've got 2 talk groups covering the same area regionally. Then you can start breaking out into your TACs, New England TAC 1, TAC 2, which is not going to open up every repeater out there. It's just going to open up this repeater and this repeater. And then if you have somebody else join in, it'll open up that repeater, so on and so forth. Then you start getting into your national talk groups like North America, where you're lighting up a bunch of repeaters if people start opening them up. Yep, that's cool. And you can get into your worldwide talk groups and just build on and on and on. There's a whole diagram of how this all works. I'm not going to get into that right now because it's not important. But it's pretty cool how the system works. And hey, when it's up and running, it works pretty good. Maybe DMR would be a fun thing for you to check out. You have the DMR Mark network and you have Brandmeister. They both work around the world. So, hey, it's a way you can reach out and touch somebody before you get into the world of HF if you decide to go that route. So, hey, give it a shot. Catch you later.